Hey guys, today's Monday, June the 5th of 2023, and I want to go over the dollar, energies, and metals. So without any further delay, let's get into it. As you can see on crude oil, something this has been happening. I don't know, there was a OPEC meeting, and I haven't had a chance to look at the news to see what they're saying, what the news is outlet is releasing. But the squeeze weight to the downside has been changing slowly now. For those that want to go long, that are more risky. Probably this would be your opportunity if we could close out of the mobile band and above 74.75. That could be a nice little move to the upside. Um, but if you're more, you're more conservative, wait for the weekly to close above 78.15. But so far, this 50% level has been holding. The bears are trying to push it lower, but buyers are coming in and defending it. So that's good. We just got to close above 78.21, and I might probably even go long myself. So we'll see. But so far, PPS buy signal on the daily looking good. Squeeze play looks like it wants to go down. Now it's getting life to the upside. And so far, the path of least resistance as of right now wants to go up. Like I said, just be cautious. Once you clear out 78.28, then it's going to looking good. Target would be 83.87. Same thing with R Bob. R Bob is kind of waking up here also on the daily. It hasn't broken out of the mobile bands from compared to crude, but it's in a squeeze play as of today, and it looks like it wants to go and break out above. You need to clear out pretty much to 261, and the squeeze play is on the weekly, so the pressure is being contained on both time frames. And so far, the weekly's showing like it wants to go down, but you got to clear at least 268. And maybe you're gonna scalp these targets up here. They're very close. If you really wanted to, take advantage of it, it's gonna go long, clear 289, and then see if it, is gonna push higher. Natural gas in a squeeze play on the weekly time frame, and the pressure still is to the upside. As you can see, we're getting this nice little bounce. Wow, 224, we are 229. It's looking good on the daily. This has been now support 214. Did I say 214 a couple of days ago? Hello. So there we go. We're bouncing in. And we need to close above 237 in order for the daily to really get positive. So if you're scalping, that could be a target to the upside. But once you close above that, targets would be 252 all the way to that 268 up here on the daily. And the weekly would be 252 right here. We need to close above that. But so far it's positive, and it's getting Momo. Heating oil kind of still in chop fest, although it's kind of waking up on the daily, and you're on the squeeze play on the daily time frame, and you're above the clouds. So it's kind of risky. If you're scalping, you're just gonna get a couple of points here all the way to 248. The real question is, can it close above 244? We could close above that, then that's positive, but you got to be cautious. Maybe there could be a dead cat bounce and they slam it down. So just be careful. This level right here, 244, is the main level. If it close above that, your next target will be 264. Let's go to the metals. Stuff is cooking here. And gold, got this nice little bounce, and then it just pulled right back really hard. It looks like the dollar has retraced again, is going to attempt to test that level. So keep an eye on that. So far, 1939 is still holding on gold. On the weekly, it's still negative. You can see the histogram pushing lower below the mobile bands, PPS sell signal. And got a PPS buy signal. Now it pulled back, but it pulled two back. So if I was long right here, I would have gone stopped out, because that would have been my stop would have been right below there. But I'm still watching to see if the dollar could take out that level of I can't remember, 104 something. Silver, same thing. Although silver looks a little stronger compared to gold. You can see the histograms are still positive. So still in the mobile bands positive, but chop, but at least holding. Gold already broke the mobile band. It looks like it wants to now test 1939. And if that could hold, fail new low, and then maybe retrace up on the daily time frame. So we'll see. Copper's getting some life, but now kind of stalling here. but it's still got a PPS buy signal and above the mobile bands. If it could hold 371, that's looking good to test at least 381, which is this level right here on the weekly. So far it's looking good. Once we get a yellow here in the histogram, looks like maybe it's a good chance it's going to go back. But it's, you know where it's going to go back to Chop Fest, because you're going to be back in this range. So it doesn't really want to go down, but then it doesn't really want to go higher. So it's probably going to go back to 407, 408, kiss that, and maybe, then see what's going to do there. Platinum. It hasn't really gone to bounce like, silver, gold and silver, but it's just kind of, sideways, just kind of consolidating. So nothing really there. A little weaker, you crack the mobile band. The trend has turned negative here. Let's look at, what did I do here? I'm messing around with all these shortcuts, and I'm not doing a good job. So many hotkeys to learn. I'm like going nuts. All right. Palladium. Let's see what's going on with Palladium. Yeah, it's still in Chop Fest. You haven't really taken out. Yeah, you're still sell signal on the weekly. Hasn't really penetrated the mobile band, so this is all the noise. Unless you clear 1527, I'm not interested. But on the daily, it's back above, as long as it closes above 1406, we have a fighting chance for a nice little scalp to the upside. You need to close above 1446 in order to either consider, going long on the short, time frame. And if you do, targets could be possibly 1531. And then once it gets there, see what happens. But so far, it's still in the mobile bands. Let's look at the dollar real quick, because the dollar is king dollar. And then I'm going to end it with natural gas. As you can see, we got this PPS sell signal. We were failing at the 25%, 104.16. Got this Gann fan angle, which is kind of right there right now. Sold off. Kissed the 50, which I knew there was going to be bottom feeders showing up, finding support, bounced right back up, and now you're dealing with this angle, fan angle, and it wants to retest. Keep an eye on this level, 104.50. If it could close above 104.50, then it's probably going to test this, and if it could, hold here and maybe start pushing higher, yeah, then it's definitely going to go for 105.88. That's going to put pressure on the metals. So just be cautious, because this is your gauge right here. But if it starts turning here, or if it goes up there and it kind of, sideways there, and then it just kind of pulls back, it could maybe test the 50 again. And if that fails, then the metals could probably get a nice run. And maybe this, my 98 or even lower could play out. But so far, you got to keep it on your radar. I need some water here. Okay, so let's go into natural gas. Let's end this video nicely. As you can see, we're still in Chop Fest here in the mobile bands. We need a brick above the 20 SMA, which is 237, to continue to push higher. We got our weekly cycle that is bottoming out this week between the 6th and the 12th. 12th is the big day, but this is kind of the big range, and this cycle is going to be going up. We got finally a MACD buy signal on the monthly. I like that. I was waiting for this, and that's looking good on the monthly. So things are starting to look a little better. We just got to wait for price action to start, grinding higher. And look like we're above the 50 SMA. Wow, where are we? 229. We're grinding around there. We got the 20 we're going to, battle. We also in the cloud, so it's going to get a little wild and wonky, volatile. The future on the cloud's looking good. I think we're probably going to get a MACD buy signal here on the daily. And the market sentiment on the daily is looking very strong, so it's looking good. As long as we can at least stay above the 50 SMA, which is 223, that's looking good. Let's look at our market, not market, volume profile. As you can see, point of control, 258. Let's see if we could climb up and test that. Let's look at our daily. I added some things on the daily. This is the bear camp. That's where we're waiting. And also, let's look at some projection targets. These are what I call MMs, measured moves. So these are measured moves from these swing points here, here, and here. Sometimes the market, I learned this from MSJ, sometimes markets likes to copy their past moves. So these are a couple of projections lines, assuming that this is the low and that we're going to move higher, assuming that the weekly cycle is going to give us this boost and we're going to project higher. Here's the 12, so keep an eye on that. So this targets all the way to 271, 278, and these are dates. You could say 615, and here is the 612 projection target, 319, and that's this swing move right here. So that's possible projection targets. I know once we get in here, it's going to be a little rough, because you can see the market profile kind of telling you it's going to get a little challenging here. But, it's very possible, since we did this move in the past, it's possible that it could play out into the future. That's it for that. Let's go into, I'm already past my time. Let's do this real quick. So let's look at our calendar. Let's make this quick. What's today? Monday. So it's supposed to be a down day, but the weekday is supposed to be positive. So it's a down minus 0.50. And let's look at what price action is doing. So far, looking good. So on the daily, you're above here. You already hit your extreme pivot with 228. Just be careful, watch it. Maybe if the market opens, they slam it down. But as long as you can stay above, you're already, the overnight session really got you to your target here. I thought it was going to kind of be here and then open and shoot up. But you're already past your target and you already hit your 229 on the weekly. So if it can stay and grind higher, then definitely the calendar didn't play out. The algos are going against us. It's like reverse. As long as we can stay above 229, you already hit your 50% midpoint, and then it can start grinding. And if it opens up strong, yeah, I would go long. But for the daily pivot, you already hit it 228. So just be careful for the open. And then the next target, if it could hold 224, next target would be 235, which would be the monthly. So the daily range is positive, gray, weekly is gray. Targets to the upside for this week, if we're going to go really strong bullish, 248, 252, and 260. You got that trend line coming down here. So keep an eye on that because it's going to test that. And you got this trend line from here and it's already above it. And you're holding this trend line, which is good. So with the weekly cycle coming up, so far it's looking good, guys. So hang in there. Square of 9 real quick. Man, I'm already past my time. So where are we? 228 around there, 229. So that's somewhere around here. So yeah, 233. That's the 0. And then your next target, big target, if it's going to push higher, be 241, 249, and then 257, somewhere around there. I'm going to sign out. Hopefully you like this video, and I'll keep you posted on my thoughts on the dollar, energies, and metals.